I felt really glad that my peers nominated me for this, and I felt really honored. It's kind of a long story cut short. So when I first started here, I just became part of a committee that wanted to look into the feasibility of implementing anesthesia records in the electronic format. And soon my chair said that you have to lead this committee because you seem to be the right guy to do it. And I didn't know what made him say that, but I thought, okay, great, well, let me take this as a challenge. There's a whole lot of anxiety within our providers about transitioning to electronic anesthesia records. And this is partly because electronic anesthesia records are fundamentally and radically different from rest of the electronic health records. We don't see a patient and then go back to write the note or dictate the note. We are in fact in the middle of doing blood transfusions, resuscitations, intubations, doing arterial lines and several procedures and monitoring. And at the same time, we have to have a nice, clean, intuitive interface to document all that we have done. We took almost 2 years of effort, and we were one of the first biggest academic hospitals to go live with the Epic anesthesia module. On top of the classroom training and online training, we used a parallel system called the Epic Proof of Concept for the physicians and the nurse anesthetists to play with in the operating room while they are still doing charting on paper, so they get a feel of how it would be before they transition to complete electronic charting. And what this meant was when we finally went live in November of 2010, after 2 years of work in the background, the transition was so smooth, and at all operating rooms across 50 locations, we were able to go live all in one go. And that led to a lot of appreciation both from my peers, from the department, and the hospital. This has been a really long journey for me. And there are several teams within and outside the department that got involved. And there are multiple personals within the HCIS department of the hospital that I have worked with them for several years. There's nursing informatics and pharmacy informatics. There are people from the billing and compliance. There are people from the simulation lab of the department and the hospital who have all helped us in making this big transition. I would like to thank all my peers who nominated me for this award. I would specifically like to thank our chair. Actually, he just stepped down, Dr. Michael Todd, who was instrumental in giving me this role and supporting me throughout this journey. Also thank my family, my wife and kids for all the support they have given while I've taken countless hours away from them working on all these projects.